Hey everyone, this is Nathan with a very different video to my usual. At the moment I'm unable to play piano due to a complication with a recent wrist surgery. About 3 years ago I broke my right scaphoid, which is a sort of peanut-shaped bone around by the base of the thumb. And unfortunately I didn't get it seen to until 2 years following. I then had a surgery to insert a screw with the intention of fixing the bone. Sadly, that screw was protruding from the bone and needed to be removed, which takes us to the 27th of April this year. The day after the removal of the screw, I had to go back to the hospital because the joint had become infected. I spent a little under 2 weeks there and had another 5 surgeries to inspect, clean out, and finally close the wound. My hand was immobilised during and for 2 weeks following these events, which leads me to today, where I have practically no use of it, other than, some very small amount of movement here. As you can see, I have a pretty nasty scar going from almost the knuckles all the way back to the wrist here. This wound was actually open for the whole time I was in the hospital, from the first surgery up until they closed with the final. There is still a bit of swelling on the joint, you might be able to see when compared to my other wrist. I actually have some knuckle definition on my left hand and practically zero on my right hand. At the moment there's not a lot I can actually do with the wrist. I can't quite close my fist yet, although that's looking not too bad. You can see there's a huge difference between how far I can actually bend the knuckle there at the first joint. Again, if I show you from this angle, that's about as far as I can go when compared to my perfectly normal left hand. I also can't properly extend the fingers. I can do just about enough to get a C major scale down at the moment, but I would struggle on a D major scale, for example, because I don't have the strength and control really to actually operate the 4th and 5th finger separately. So the purpose of this video and the ones following is to sort of demonstrate my recovery process. I have, since all of the surgeries, been told by my surgeon that unfortunately it is unlikely to ever recover properly. And in his words, not mine, it will be significantly worse than before. So it's quite annoying, I have to say, because after the first surgery I did kind of get it to pretty much normal. My 2 latest videos were recorded after that surgery and the recovery process from there, and there's not a lot I couldn't really do at that point. I don't know how accurate his assessment is. Obviously he's a surgeon who knows better than me. I have been referred to a hand therapist, which I'm led to believe is subtly different from a physiotherapist, but I feel like they're doing largely the same sort of thing. So I will be attempting to go over the start of the recovery process in as much detail as possible. Unfortunately I didn't really get much footage of before now. I do have a couple of videos of from the start, what I could actually do with it, and roughly once a week from there on demonstrating the difference between the week before. I want this video series to be informative to those who unfortunately find themselves in my position, and more just like a log for my own purposes to see where I've come from, realistically. So that's the introduction, and I will see you all next time.